Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey everybody, happy 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com weekend update show. Kindly guys, take a second now if you like what we're doing. All I ask is support the channel. Take a 10th of a second to hit that like button, and I will continue to help you guys on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about the market. Let's go through history, right? Let's reflect. So 249 years old, on July 4th, I think that was July 4th, right? 1776, we declared our independence from Great Britain. For all you guys don't know what happened, let's give it a little rewind, right? King George, who is the King of England at that time, told us, I think you guys are at the point that you need to get taxed, right? You need to get taxed. And you know what? I'm going to charge you just a mere 2%. Obviously, we were in shock. Obviously, something to this magnitude will not stand. We will take it, and we will fight to the death because we are Americans. 249 years later, we're paying 40 to 55%, depending on your tax bracket. Isn't life ironic? Be careful what you get for. Ask for, right? How crazy life is. Remember, life is only hard the first 100, 150 years of your life. Anyway, let's talk about the market, right? Market continues to go higher. We continue to melt. Groups are rotating, as we talked about. Semiconductors continue to go crazy. Technology goes crazy. You have thin, crazy, lunatic stocks go 500% a day. Just your ordinary bull market rally, right? Question is, when does it stop? The answer is we don't care. That's the whole point. We don't care. Stop trying to overthink the market. Go with it. Just go with it. Again, it's a very basic rationale in life. You know, go with the tidal wave. You don't want to go against it. Usually if you go against it, you'll probably get crushed and swept away to sea and die somewhere. But go with it, right? Don't try to guess, tops and all that stuff. Go with it. Right now, we are in a scenario that we are pretty much setting all-time highs on a day-to-day basis. When will this end? I don't know. But again, I'm always looking out for losing the previous day's channel to get a little bit of guessing. This week, we saw literally one day, that the market decided to pull the high flyers, right? Literally that one day. And the question was going into the following day was, well, is this it? Right? Is this it? Is the money coming out of speculation capital? Nope. The answer is nope. The market's doing exactly the same thing it's been doing for a very long time. Run, 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 run. Rest, run, 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 run. So the buy the dip theory, it works until the market loses the previous day's range, and then it doesn't. The indexes, it doesn't make a difference. We're up, we're up, we're up. The big story this week was, towards the end of this week was, well, Trump's big, beautiful bill, right? Big, beautiful bill. I'm just kind of reading right through this. Big, beautiful bill has passed. Was it a landslide victory? It's not. 218 to 214. Again, when you look at the scoreboard, does it make a difference if your team won 27-0 with 27-26? The victory is a victory. The good news is we pass along a lot more debt to the next generation, which is roughly $3.4 trillion. Who cares? We're going to be dead, right? What's the difference? It all depends who you ask. I mean, for me, it doesn't really make a difference, but again, it depends who you ask. Obviously, there's an other side of the spectrum, right? There's going to be a lot of government programs that are cut. Unfortunately, not everybody, and I say this obviously with tongue in cheek, unfortunately, not everybody can just say, I don't care what happens, I'm just worrying about me. There's unfortunately a lot of people who are going to have issues. So again, not everything is hunky glory for everybody. It all depends what you do in your own individual life. That's why, guys, when you are born and you go through school and you are a young adult and you're a full adult, nobody owes you anything, right? All these bills and all these government programs and this, that, and the third, they all kind of get pushed to the side if you take control of your life. Okay, stop complaining, stop belly aching. It's not fair. It's not this. I'm not smart enough. I didn't get a break. Somebody owes me something. Go get it. Okay, I don't care what line of work you're in, whether you're an attorney, whether you're a sanitation, whether you're a trader, whatever the case may be. Go get yours, right? Nobody owes you anything. Stop complaining. Nobody cares. Trust me when I tell you, as much as you have friends and family, at the end of the day, you're born alone, you die alone, and what you make in between is what you deserve, right? You get the life that you deserve. So go get it, right? Go get it. Speaking of go getting it, right? Speaking of go getting it, well, Tesla came out with their numbers. And as we talked about on Wednesday night's video, nobody had really any expectations, right? We knew the numbers were going to be bad. The question is, well, how's the market going to react to this crappy numbers that came out? And the numbers did come out. Tesla basically was down 13% year over year. And just like all the other bad data that came out on Tesla it seems like in the last few quarters, stock had a really big run, right? It had a really, really big run on Thursday's session. And the question is, well, what happens next? Well, let's talk about potentially what happens next. So here's the last big move that Tesla had. If you guys remember, we were talking about this 335 level reclaiming back to in nausea, the 20-day supply. And it had that one big day and it sold off every other day. So Thursday, the question was, and obviously I didn't record a video on Thursday, but we talked about it on the webinar. The question is, can Tesla follow through? Although, right, and again, I can make a case on both sides, but I just want to kind of present the data, right? The last time we had the big expansion day, we sold off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Thursday, we had a big expansion day. It got rejected at the 50-day moving average. And the next day, which was Friday, here's the bullish case, right? Here's the bullish case. The bullish case is there was no profit taking, right? There was no profit taking. The stock was up 20 points the day before. And on Friday, it was a res day, down 30 cents, right? Flat in the day. The bear case was, well, last time I had an expansion channel, all it did was sell for the next several days. Well, that's a good point. And we are still below a lot of supply. As you can see here, we're still below a lot of supply here on the daily chart. But the bull case is that we did rest, right? We did rest. We didn't price improve, but we did rest. And now the question is, can we hold back on? Because again, what Tesla did was reclaim back a little bit of supply. We still closed below the 50-day moving average. And now the question is, can the Tesla reclaim back a 50-day moving average on a close going into this week? If the answer is yes, then yeah, we should start grinding back, accumulating levels, this 19.5, this 22, this 24 area. The big area where potentially it can go, and again, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, I'm just kind of talking here. If it could reclaim back, the 150-day SMA, then we have a lot of daylight. But there's going to be a lot of trees that's going to need to be chopped down, right? Chopped down in between now, right? In between now and its technical area for the stock to get loose. But what Tesla better do, and again, it's not really, me having a dog in the fight. I trade Tesla both ways. But what Tesla has to do is in the next 2 days, reclaim the 50. Okay, so the longer it cannot reclaim the 50, eventually the buyers will get tired, right? They'll get very frustrated, let it go, and then we're going to start filling in this gap all the way back to recent lows. So it's very, very important. I want to discuss a bunch of names with you guys, right? Instead of me saying how great the market is, we know how great the market is. I want to give you guys a bunch of names, right? A bunch of names to watch for next week. They look good. They act well. Some of them have pretty good option flow. And the most important thing is I always tell everybody in the webinar is trade what you feel comfortable. If you trade Tesla, that's great. If you don't trade Tesla, don't look at Tesla. The more you can concentrate and dial in and zone in on the names that you feel comfortable in trading, and those are the names you probably will take advantage of because, again, I say this all the time, if you watch everything, you're going to miss everything. So let me give you guys some names that I like going into this week. I like Uber, man. I really, really like Uber. Uber is putting in a really nice base here, a nice distribution channel. We are constantly seeing August 100 calls, nonstop, guys, nonstop. Every stock that I'm going to give you today is not overbought, right? We always talk about so you're not going to see a Nvidia, right? You're not going to see a Nvidia on the channel today. You're not going to see anything that's up already 20 days in a row. You're not going to see a Robinhood, although these stocks look really, really good. They're gone already, right? They're gone. Again, we want to make sure that if we're swinging for the fences and we miss, we're falling out of the first floor window, not the 14th floor. So Uber, I really, really like. I want to watch this thing. If it starts getting above the June highs, this thing could really, really start opening up, especially the ferocity of those August $100 call buyers. Amazon has been consolidating, right? Has been consolidating. It's stopped a little bit shy of its upper Bollinger Band. I'd like to see these volume bands expand, the volume bars expand, because we've shown the last, especially the last few weeks, what happens when there's an expansion channel in the volume. But Amazon is starting to look good. We saw some pretty good 225 and 230 calls coming in for this week. So let's keep an eye on that. Coinbase looks ready to rock, right? Coinbase looks ready to rock, had this massive, massive move, got pulled, held the 10-day moving average, and you can see it put in 3 days in a row of higher lows, which is very, very important. Again, 10-day moving average is the birth of the trade, and it's held. All it needs to do is reclaim back the 5-day moving average, and this thing could really, really spike. Keep an eye on that. CRWV has been all over the place. One day it looks like it's about to lose the 20-day support, and then all of a sudden just loses its mind and reclaims back the 5 and reclaims back the 10-day. In case there is momentum on CRWV, folks, okay, now obviously we know the downside pivot. Now we know the upside pivot. The downside pivot is the 20-day support. The upside pivot is the 10-day reclaim. If this thing can reclaim the 10-day moving average, this thing can really, really wake up. So keep an eye on that. Same thing with Circle, right? Circle went on a godlike run, right? An absolute godlike run. I don't think it's out of the woods just yet, but it's putting together a nice little base here. It keeps on getting rejected. As you can see this orange line? You see how it keeps on getting rejected off this orange line? My full thing is if they could reclaim back this orange line or the 5-day moving average, maybe this thing finally wakes up. I definitely want to watch Circle this week as well. Google looks primed. They're getting a lot of call volume starting to come in on Google. It's not in it yet, but you can see here it's gotten rejected. I'm going to double top on the June highs. I want to see Google, if it could get above those June highs, maybe this thing could wake up. And I want to give you guys 2 speculative names to watch, okay? BUR, right? I have no idea what this thing is. Couldn't tell you what the hell this thing is, but we always talk about the expansion volume. You see the expansion volume, right? You see the expansion volume on June the 30th. If it could get back above those June 30th highs, again, I have no idea what this damn thing is, but if this thing could get back above those June 30 highs, this thing could wake up. If you see all these crazy lunatic stocks running, and again, it's not really my thing, but somebody likes trading these things. RGC, right, had this massive, massive run. As you can see on Friday, it's gotten rejected off of the daily supply. Again, I'm not saying this thing has the potential to go back into the highs, but if you did trade RGC in the past or is something that you are interested in, watch this thing above Friday's channel. If this thing can get back above and reclaim and start building above Friday's channel, who the hell knows? Maybe you could catch lightning in a bottle, right? Maybe you could catch lightning in a bottle post fireworks for July the 4th. So definitely keep an eye on that as well. So there's a lot of names, folks. If you are charting this weekend, and you should be, I don't care if you're trading for 20 days, 20 weeks, or 20 years, every single day, every single weekend, you have to put in the work. Again, I always, we talked about it a few minutes ago. You deserve the life that you get. Right? You deserve the life that you fight for. You deserve the life that you work for. So obviously your success in trading is not going to be following some schmuck on social media that lives with his parents, right? Your trading career is going to be built on the idea of your process works, whatever your process is, waiting patiently for that process to confirm, and using technical analysis as your guide. Not guessing, not forecasting, not trying to be the smartest person on social media. I guess that's an oxymoron, but the point is you have the power to be great. You have the power to be an adult, Don't throw that power away and give it to somebody else. Folks, have a great, wonderful, long rest. I don't know when you guys seen this video, but the point is live your life. You don't get a second chance. Make it the best one ever. Guys, have a great weekend, everybody. I will catch you all on Monday. Take care.